Hey guys, what's up? It's Jeff exclamation point here, and guess who's with me?
Hey!
Alright, so the two of us just did a trip to Kentucky together because somebody's moving away from me.
Not really, it's just adding an extra place for him to be able to come and visit.
Anyways, we went to Kentucky and I have a little hodgepodge of videos that I want to show you guys of the trip over there. And it all kind of started before we even left Florida. So we're driving down the highway and all of a sudden everything comes to a standstill. And Dawn's kind of like, what's going on? And she's looking at her phone trying to figure out alternate ways around whatever's happening.
In the middle of a swamp. There was literally nothing around us, so.
And it's a standstill. So people start hopping out of their cars to go look, see what's going on. And I roll my window down as a gentleman is walking past us and tell him what it was.
There was a plane that had landed in the middle of the highway. But this was actually the third time in 2 weeks that planes have landed in the middle of the Florida Turnpike. Because it's Florida and that's what we do.
Florida, yeah. We land planes in the middle of the highway. So everyone's like jumping out of their cars. I wish we would have jumped out of the car to go look at this.
Well, no, not for how fast they had to run back when they cleared it. All of a sudden people were like, ah!
But literally, if we were 10 seconds ahead of where we stopped, that plane probably would have like landed on us. Like we were really, really close to it. And here's a little bit of the footage of the plane. Dawn and I, we're both vlogging this because it's completely outrageous. We've been stuck in traffic, standstill for a little bit, and here's the reason why. It's coming up. Hopefully, yes. This is ridiculous. There's a plane that landed in the road.
Big plane out with us.
Yes. There's all the security, yes, yes. And there's the plane.
Oh my lord, that is...
But if there's going to be an upside to this, at least traffic is clear from this point on for a bit. But I will say they were quick to respond. They were very quick to respond.
30 seconds earlier, it probably would have been on us. Like we would have been right there.
Yeah. So we are very, very fortunate. Anyways, Florida. Well, anyways, that's the issue of just trying to get out of Florida. But once we got out of Florida, we were jamming. We listened to a lot of show tunes.
Lots.
Yes, lots. We listened. What else we listened to? We listened to the Frozen.
Yep.
The new Broadway Frozen album.
Mean Girls.
Mean Girls. And what else?
Book of Mormon.
Yeah, of course. It's a staple.
Yep.
And then as we were getting near Kentucky, it was all about Pink.
Yo, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, I have a little obsession with Pink.
Yep.
I like her.
Just FYI, I am standing up to be somewhat in the same, because if I sit down, I'm literally like here. So.
I've tried holding the camera, I tried tripods, all sorts of things. And Dawn looked amazing. I looked like a fat blob.
I cleaned up just for you guys today, just FYI.
I know. We're at Dawn's place right now, and her poor apartment is so empty.
Super is.
Yes, her whole apartment was like beach themed.
Super cute.
And no more. It's all in boxes. It's very sad.
But I'll be back in September, so it's all good.
Yeah, there you go. And you'll see more Dawn in September.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyways, the whole point of going to Kentucky was to bring a giant carload of stuff to the new place that you're moving to. And part of that was these two giant bicycles on the back of the car.
I forgot about that whole scenario.
So, John has the harness for it. We're trying to put the bicycles on. And I don't know how to do it.
He's like, good luck. I hope you know what you're doing. Like, I think I got this. I think I figured it out.
Tom's like doing knot after knot after knot.
Like literally just tying. Like, oh, these pieces are hanging out. I'm just gonna tie those in knots.
So
It works.
yeah, it was kind of crazy driving the car because I'm constantly looking in the back to make sure the bicycles are still there. But we got pulled over. I should say Dawn got pulled over.
Well, it wasn't really my fault. See, we're from Florida, driving a car from Massachusetts, and we had gone to eat lunch or dinner and pulled out, and there was a sign that said no left turn coming out of this parking lot, and I didn't see it, so I was like, oh, let's just turn. So we turned, got to the light, made the left. Next thing I know, woo, there are lights behind me.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, I didn't see. I'm so sorry. I didn't see that. What? Oh my goodness. Are you from? I'm a little confused because it says you're from Massachusetts. I was like, no, it's a rental. And he's like, oh, can I have the rental agreement? Sure. Here you go. Hand him the rental agreement. Hand him my license. Takes a super long time. He's like, well, do you know that? He's like, I'm assuming you put these bike racks on? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, well, you know, I could give you a ticket for that too because it's actually covering the license plate. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Should we get out and do it now? No, it's fine. Just let you know we could give you a ticket. I'm just going to give you a warning. Here you go.
So Dawn literally flirted her way out of a ticket. So of course I'm on Facebook saying just watch Dawn flirt her way out of a ticket. And her son. And if you guys, of course, he's been in a few of my videos, Josh Solomon. If you don't follow him, I'll put a link below. Responds with every goddamn time.
So then I called my husband to let him know what happened, and he was like, I hope you got a ticket. No,
yeah.
No.
Flirts her way out.
No. Got one ticket in my entire life, and it was a female cop. And I was like 19. Been stopped a couple times since then, but never got a ticket.
I've gotten tickets. Yeah, they don't care about me. I try to flirt. Never works. Alright, so we get to Kentucky. And Dawn and her husband treated me extremely well. I hope you guys saw some of the videos I've already posted of us going to like the Louisville Slugger Museum. We went to Hubert's Winery. Well, thank you, Winery.
Hubert's Orchard and Winery in Starlight, Indiana.
Yes, Starlight, Indiana. Of course, when I was vlogging it, I kept saying Indianapolis.
Indiana.
Yeah, Starlight,
Nowhere
Indiana.
near Indianapolis.
Yeah, nowhere near. I was trying to like edit it out constantly.
We all make mistakes, it's all good.
So hopefully you guys watch those videos. So anyways, yeah, this is us basically the entire road trip.
Yeah.
It was nothing but giggling and laughing. And it was a 14-hour drive. And literally, there and back, just went quick.
Yeah, it does.
Because we literally laughed the entire way.
Yeah. And if you don't hit bad traffic, with the exception of the airplane, then it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Just make sure no airplanes land in the middle of the road and you're alright.
Oh my goodness. So anyways, we got there and I did some vlogs, but some of the other stuff I wanted to show you in this vlog is we went to this really cool cemetery, and I'm going to let Dawn tell you about it.
So it's called Cave Hill Cemetery. It is in Louisville. Whoa, hey guys. It's in Louisville. It's actually directly across the street from the apartment that Josh and I lived in when we first moved to Louisville. Just really amazing, but it has, well, I'll let Jeff show you the video so you can see all the really cool things. But it's a historic cemetery, and it's not your typical cemetery. It is absolutely beautiful. It's incredibly well kept. And if you've ever seen the movie Elizabethtown, if you haven't, you should. It actually is featured in there, but they say that it's Elizabethtown. It's not. It's Cave Hill. We know it is.
Mm-hmm. So as we talk, I'm going to show you guys some of the video clips of this. But there are some very famous people buried here. The one and only Colonel Sanders. He's buried over there.
And his wife Claudia.
Yeah. Who else is over there?
The school teachers, which we didn't get to see, but the school teachers, there's 2 school teachers that actually wrote Happy Birthday, the actual song. They're buried there.
Muhammad Ali.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's right, because he's new.
Yeah. He's over there.
Yep. That one was beautiful. It was in a weird place though. Like,
Yeah,
that
it was
location
really...
was like, you'd think it would be a little bit more prominent, but.
Who else was over there?
Jim Beam.
Yes.
Which was kind of important in Kentucky.
So we had to actually go online and look at some info. But it's really cool. There is, what,
120,000 people interned by 2002, with space remaining for 22,000 more graves. My guess is they're pretty close to full at this point. That was quite a while ago.
Yeah. But the whole place is absolutely beautiful, and it was a very nice drive. And I was amazed they had guards, and they were just like, yeah, come on in. There was no checking your car or appointments or anything like that. Yeah,
drive in.
Exactly.
I mean, you can go. People get married there. Like, that's how beautiful and spectacular
Really?
the grounds are, which is kind of weird. But George Rogers Clark, which is the other one, and I was like, is somebody super important? Yep, he's super important to history. But fun fact, George Rogers Clark lived in Louisville. And how you can actually go and see his house. So next time Jeff comes up, we'll have to take you over there.
Absolutely.
Go check out the house, because it's really beautiful. The grounds are amazing, and they've got the old house, and everything's kind of preserved exactly as it was back in the 1800s. So kind of neat.
And what's really neat is the house that Dawn's moving into with her husband. It's kind of like almost like historic, right?
Totally. It was built in 1936 by David's great-grandfather. And
everything in there is still like original. The wood, the cabinets, like tables that he built,
all
bed.
the molding, all the moldings on everything is just phenomenal. Like, he did arches before that wasn't even a thing. Like, these gorgeous, gorgeous wood, and everything's made out of wood, and it's beautiful.
The bed I slept in was built by his grandfather.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was just absolutely beautiful, and everyone keeps the lawn like pristine. It was really, really nice and haunted.
It's not haunted. I lived in a haunted house. That house ain't haunted, I'm telling you.
The first night I woke up, I got up the next morning, and Dawn was like, hey, how'd you sleep? And I was like, fine, except for the ghost staring at me all night. She's like, it's not haunted.
Not haunted. But there is in the attic. Did you take videos of it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll show you what's in the attic.
Well, I'm going to play the video if you want to tell them what we saw. Because Dawn was like, you need to get up here and look at this.
Yeah, it's really awesome. So there are a lot of really cool things. And actually, David found a ton more things last night as he was trying to like get stuff organized and get ready for me to move up there. Whee! Orlando! But he found a bag of over 100 letters, which I didn't tell you.
This is so cool.
Found out that David's aunt, who is the person who lived in the house for a very long time, never got married, never had kids, just kind of, you know, older lady just passed away, and she had a boyfriend. We found letters addressed to her, over 100, that were in a bag stuck upstairs, that were sent to her from a general in the military of circa 1963, and he was like, it's getting kind of crazy around here, don't know how much I'll be able, just one of the letters he pulled out, don't know how much I'm going to be able to write in the coming days. That was right before the U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War. So that was kind of what, because my dad was in the war in 68, but this is 63, and U.S. involvement began in 1964. So it was right before that. So it was really like, that's the type of stuff that you find. We found newspaper clippings from 1941 from the Courier Journal, which is the Louisville newspaper, about Hitler and World War II, and like just amazing, amazing things. But they're all tucked in like these little crazy places. David found his grandfather's hunting coat. But my favorite artifact upstairs is, I'm pretty sure, what they used for, what's that movie? Begins with an I.
Insidious?
That's the one. Yes, Insidious. It is like this creepy little doll thing, baby carriage that you just expect to start moving across the floor by itself.
Dawn wants to take me someplace creepy.
Right. So this is our third level. It's not creepy. It's great, it just is not done. Like, the walls aren't finished, so it gives an air of creepiness. But there is one thing in here that creeps the bejesus out of me.
It's awesome. What is that, an old bicycle?
It's an old baby carriage.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
It's cool, isn't it?
I could totally see that, like, moving.
Thank you. That's exactly what I said. I
The
was
cobwebs add to the mystique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it actually wasn't. We don't know whose it was or how old it actually is, because we do know his great grandfather and grandmother lost like 3 kids that were stillborn. One died very, very young. Not in the house. They all died in the hospital. So the house is not haunted, but they did die. So they probably belonged to them at some point and were just kind of passed down, and then I don't know. It's creepy. That's the one thing I'm like, get that out of my house. It just creeps me out seeing too many movies.
And on top of that, you can go into the basement and the shelves are just lined with moonshine. Mm-hmm. And when was this moonshine, you think, made? Like,
It's got to be sometime
like
during Prohibition.
Yeah.
So talking
like,
1920s, 30s,
yeah.
40s.
Like you wouldn't want to drink it.
It would set your head on fire. For sure. And not only that, but yesterday we had found a whole bunch more recipes for all different kinds of moonshine. Ginger beer and like all these. It was like, my family was freaking alcoholics.
So that's a little bit about where Dawn's going to be moving to. And I'm sure you'll see some more videos at some point.
So follow my vlogs too, because I'll be posting every week from Kentucky so you can keep up.
And you know, every time Dawn's in one of my vlogs, there's always a link at the bottom to Dawn's page.
Yay.
So feel free to describe. Yeah.
But you're already here, so that made no sense.
Exactly. So the other place that Dawn and her husband, well, they took me to a lot of places, but we went to this one restaurant the first night we were there. Unfortunately, I didn't take any videos, but it's like this old converted house. Mm-hmm. And Dawn and her husband were pretty much going, we're ordering for you on this one. And it was the best fried chicken I have ever had in my entire life.
It ruins you for life, because you will never be able to have fried chicken again after going to the cottage. It's called the Cottage. It is literally an old house. There's like 3 little rooms that they serve in. There's maybe a total of 10 tables in there. Mm-hmm. It is the best food in the world, and it's right down the street from University of Louisville. Yeah. And actually across the street from the dorms.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so good, so good. And they had fried okra, which always makes me very, very happy.
Same.
And then they also took me to this really cool ice cream place, and that actually has some footage, and we'll play it as we talk. But it's
Dairy Castle.
That was the Dairy Castle dance. There you go. But yeah, it's outside. You hop out of your car, and it's only open for what, 3 months a year?
It's open from spring, as with most things that are outdoors in Kentucky. It's basically from spring to fall. So I think it closes like mid-October. It starts to get just too cold and snow. So that people don't want ice cream anymore.
But I had a milkshake over there that was really, really good. And so this was.
Hot dogs. Did we have hot dogs?
No, we didn't have hot dogs. We just stopped for ice cream.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we usually go to get hot dogs because their hot dogs are like, well, I'm from New England, and so to me, the best hot dogs in the world are hot weenies that you can only get in Providence, Rhode Island, that are called the New York system. I don't know why. But second to those are the Dairy Castle ones because they're very similar. They have, the chili dogs aren't actually chili. It's more of a meat sauce, and that's what I love about them. But they're phenomenal, and they're like $1 a piece. They're incredible. Yeah.
Goodness. All right, so when I go back, we're getting hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we also took a trip to the Kentucky Derby. And here we go. Look at this guy. Well, not like that guy walking. Look at this guy. Yeah.
Scarborough here was an amazing horse. It was the pride of Kentucky and won the Derby and immediately went to the back and died. Super sad. So this is Scarborough. So it was heartbreaking to see her. And apparently he's buried here.
Oh, this is the gravesite of the horse. However, when we got there, the museum and all this stuff that we were hoping to go to was closing. So we didn't get to go in there, but we went into the gift shop. And you're going to see me in the most beautiful hat.
Derby hat ever.
It's perfection.
The price of that derby hat, do you remember it?
No, I don't. What was it?
$359.
Holy cow.
Yeah. There's actually a law in the books of Kentucky, you know, those like weird state laws that says that a woman cannot purchase a derby hat without the express consent of her husband. Because basically you have to mortgage the house to buy one.
Yep. So hopefully next time I go, we'll take a trip in the little museum. It looked really cool in there.
Oh, it's awesome. And then next time you come, we'll definitely go and do the museum. We'll do the behind this paddock. And then there's like new tours that they've never had before. So that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
But there's just tons of stuff to do. Plus we never went to Cincinnati. So definitely go do that too.
Yeah.
Newport and Cincinnati is very cool.
So there's a lot of things I've never done that I wanted to do. And one of them was on the way back, I wanted to actually go into Nashville, Tennessee. Places I've always heard of, I've never seen it. And we didn't like get out of the car. We just drove down the main strip and saw Nashville. And here's a little bit of what I saw. But you know, we didn't do a lot.
But it was awesome.
Yeah.
We got to see it.
We were thinking about having lunch, but David cooked breakfast for us that morning. That was the most filling, most amazing breakfast I've ever had. That included deer bacon. Have you ever had deer bacon? It is amazing.
Best.
And then Dawn was even saying it takes oil in the skillet to get it going because it's such a lean meat.
Yeah, it's 100% organic because all they eat is berries and bushes, and it's incredibly lean meat. So whatever kind of venison you're eating, it's gonna be all natural. And then it also depends on the person who processes it for you, but the processor that we go to when we get a deer he's all like no preservatives, additives, just keeps it organic like it's supposed to be. So that's why you have to keep everything in the freezer so it doesn't go bad.
So I will be begging Dawn and her husband to send me some of that meat.
Which means Dawn will be up.
Yep. Which I probably should add that lovely photo of you with a gun. I saw a whole other side of Dawn when I was there.
There's some redneck in me, I just hide it well. I grew up on camping and being outdoors. My dad was a survivalist, so you know.
So anyways, the way you can really tell if you have a best friend is if you can survive 28 hours in a car with them.
True.
And laugh and not get sick of each other.
And still love each other. Even when they're all sweaty.
I know, it's Florida. It's hot outside, guys.
And I live on the 3rd floor, so
yeah. See, I don't do stairs.
Okay, guys. So here's the elevator.
Yeah. That's pretty much what I do.
Yeah. And I'm like, can everybody walk stairs? All right, let's go. The elevators take too long.
Well, anyways, I just wanted to give you a little recap of our trip to Kentucky together. And there's going to be many more trips.
Many more.
Yes. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe below. Give it a nice little thumbs up. Remember, I do videos every single Tuesday. So on top of that, we'll say goodbye to you guys.
Bye.
Bye.